What's up, Everyday Blades? Man, I had a lucky pawn shop score. You know, funny thing is, with these pawn shop scores, when you go to a lot of them, you start to get a sense of which one is going to have something and which one's not. And then you'll find one that has several really good knives that couldn't have come from anyone but a knife collector. And you'll hit that same spot, you know, a couple of weeks in a row and find some more, and you can kind of develop a pattern that there's a knife collector somewhere in the area who's on hard times, and he's, you know, slowly pawning more and more knives and keep an eye on that same spot. Well, today I went in there and there was like 10 knives, and this is a place that pawn shop that normally doesn't have knives. But I did find my very first knife, my very first pawn shop knife at this pawn shop, and it was this exact same model, the ZT-0561. Now, that one was not in the box and in new condition like this one. That one was in user condition, and it was in a, you know, just thrown in a bin of other knives, and I got it for, I think, $25. Sold it for $150. It was a home run for me back then. This one is in like new in the box condition, and I paid quite a bit more for it, but I still got an amazing deal. What I did was bulk everything you're about to see together and purchase it. These knives are pretty old. Like, this is an L-Max. These other knives, these Emerson knives I'm going to show you, and the Spyderco, they're older. You can tell by the steels and the models. But this ZT-0561 is in excellent condition. I mean, it's like brand new. None of the black has even worn off the screws. You could tell it stayed in the box from day one. But really cool. So we'll move on to the next one. Let's pick out an Emerson. Now, there are some guys out there that love, a lot of guys out there that love these Emersons. This one is the Comse Commander SF. C-O-M-S-E Commander SF. Retailed originally, no telling how long ago, for $207. And it is in like new condition. It's got the wave opener on it, thumb disc, and it's razor sharp. So what I did do, some of these were a little dusty, so I wiped them all down with Blue Lube cleaner, and that stuff is amazing. That stuff will clean up anything, but man, it's expensive and it goes quick. So this one, let's see if it'll tell us the steel. It does not tell us the steel. Maybe down in the comments, one of you can tell us what steel Emerson was using back when this knife was made. 2009. But no, the steel is not on it, unfortunately. Maybe they didn't do that back then. It's got a patent number on it, and then it says here 1456 under the thumb disc. So down in the comments, you experts on Emerson, tell us a little bit about it. Maybe tell me a value. What's it worth? How rare is it? Or if it is rare. Next Emerson, CQC8 BT banana knife. Originally retailed for $216.95. Way back in the day, 2009 probably. These are probably all around that area. Got it out. Got what looks like a PVD coated blade. It's still got some Blue Lube cleaner on it. This is 2008 CQC8, made in the USA. 1431 is the number underneath the disc. It's probably a serial number. But there it is. These knives don't have any use on them. When I was cleaning them, they were just slicing through the rag, leaving pieces of the microfiber cloth there where they're razor sharp. And they're all seem to be completely unused. All the black is still on all the screws and the pocket clip. They could use a good cleaning, but that's about it. Just get that back in there. Next Emerson. I left a couple of Emersons there, or left a couple of knives there. One was an Emerson. It was a neck knife. I didn't see any value in that. They had like $75 or some ridiculous price on it. This one caught my eye because I've seen them for pretty high prices on eBay. This is the Mini A100. And I think I've seen them for like, and of course eBay prices are just one tool to get a price value. It's probably inflated $500–600 for this knife. I don't know how rare they are. Like I said, I don't know anything about them. Gonna have to get some information on them. It may be worth 100, maybe worth 500. I don't know. But it's brand new. I mean, it's never cut anything. Hair is shaven sharp. Just cleaned it right off. That was the one amazing thing, is every knife I got today was brand new. I don't think it ever cut a piece of paper. Now we are doing the CQC7. That was the CQC8. No, that was the Mini A100. The other one was a CQC8. This is a CQC7 SF for satin finish. And they all have the paperwork in them. Oh yeah, I looked at this one. This one's a chisel grind. You don't see that on production knives. And it's still crazy sharp with the original factory grind in it. I think the little bit of markings you see on here are just from like dust and dirt got in there. It's a really rough finish, so it gathers everything. Really rare to see a chisel finish on a production knife. But like I said, these are all made in the United States. They just got a little, this one may have been carried a little bit. 2008 CQC7. Might be 7B. Hard to read. 7B. CQC 7B SF. Made in the USA 2008. And that's all the information we have. Really curious to know what blade steel they use. So that's all the Emersons. And like I say, I'm no Emerson expert. I'm no any kind of expert. But I do know a lot more about Spyderco's. And I did like this one. This is the Spyderco Manix 2. It looks a little dry because I just put that blue lube on it and wiped it down. Didn't clean it off good. It'll make the scales look dry, but it's brand spanking new. I mean, this thing's never been used. There's not a mark on it. But this one is CTS BD30P. I've never heard of that steel. Never seen that steel. Must have been something they used in 08, 09. But man, I didn't realize the Manix was around back then. And it may not have been. This may not be as old as those. But I know that they don't use that steel anymore, or that I've seen anywhere. Made in the USA, Golden, Colorado Earth. CTS BD30P. Action is killer. If it has been used, it's very, very little. Like I said, I'm the one that, this black was perfect until I put that blue lube on there. And I didn't wipe it off real good. So it kind of makes a dry spot on there, so now you can see it's back to its original. Just didn't wipe it down good. I left the residue on it. But really cool. Really cool. This one, you know, started my negotiation. This one is 60 bucks. That's an easy negotiation platform to start from, because that knife's worth quite a bit more than $60. So I made a deal for the whole lot and came out pretty well. I will probably be selling probably all of them, but I may keep the Spyderco. I'm not sure yet. Just depends. But all the other ones will be for sale for sure. So if you're interested, hit me up. Guys, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. We have some cool knife content here. Lots of pawn shop treasures. I buy the latest knives that are out to review them for you guys, so you guys can see them and give you my honest opinion. We have lots of giveaways. We have lots of sponsors that donate knives for giveaways. So throw us a subscribe and a like. It really helps us out, man. We appreciate it. It doesn't cost you anything. God bless you and your family. Say a prayer for our country. Good night.